Hello there, everybody. So I thought it was about time that I just did a update video, and I'm going to do the update video live on Facebook. So there may be me addressing any comments and things, and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube later because I know a lot of people have been asking me for an update video just to let people know how I'm doing, what's going on, all that sort of good stuff. And I know that not everybody is going to be seeing the stuff on Facebook that I have been posting. So this video is going to be updating everybody, letting everybody know that I'm okay, I'm better than okay, and kind of what's been going on kind of thing, just so you guys know. I'm probably still going to be a little bit quiet for now. I'm focusing on healing and work and things like that matter. So I have a list. So if I look down here, I have a list of things that I want to update you guys about. So I was going to make this video last week. And obviously last week we had the news that Miss Tiptoe passed from this earthly incarnation. And I didn't really want to make a video all about myself when the community was mourning the loss of one of our great women. It felt wrong. So I honoured her memory on Facebook primarily, and then quietly in ritual. And I actually honoured the memory of all three pagan YouTubers who have passed in this last month. And I did that quietly and privately because I didn't feel the need to be public about that. I thought the videos were best left to people who had stories to tell. And so that is why this video comes a week later than I had otherwise intended. But we can talk about some of the things that came off the kind of back of that, because for me, that kind of really did drive home some of the lessons of solidarity, sisterhood, being a better person, as well as what I've learned and I'm learning and I'm going through at this current time as a kind of lesson. So I did want to just honor her memory briefly here again. I have honored her memory on Facebook, and I just wanted to start that honoring her here in the beginning. And later I will talk about the lessons of femininity, sisterhood, and things that have come through as a result. But before I get onto that part, I want to say once more that I have so much gratitude for everybody in this community. I'm still a little bit blindsided, in awe, and eternally grateful. It shifted me in a way that you guys probably don't even know, probably can't see. It's really difficult to even put into words, but you shifted my entire being in a way, because I was in a place of absolute fear and desperation, and I believed everything that was being told to me in terms of, you're all by yourself, you're going to crush and burn. And the community just gathered around me and were there for me and saved my life. And so I wrote this the other day on Facebook, and if you're not on the Facebook, it is a better place to get more updates from me, because the videos are kind of like the last thing on my mind right now. It's kind of like videos are nice and all, but they're not really that important compared to what's actually going on, and thinking that should be where the priority is, I think is screwed up. So I'm going to just read this to you guys. Day by day, I feel lighter. Day by day, the gift the community has bestowed upon me fills my heart, knowing that I am connected to thousands of other witches, male and female, through the spiritual ecosystem, through the continued messages of support and concern, the holiest truths of pain that people lay bare, of shared experiences that unite us in trying times shadowed by hardship and loss. Together we are rising. Never shall I go backwards. Never shall I devolve. Never shall I make myself lesser. I shall take the gifts the community and gods have bestowed and alchemize myself to higher levels of understanding, of connectedness, of empathy, of solidarity, never, ever again lowering my standards. Together, we are rising. I find myself reborn from phantom death, surrounded by the comfort of the truth tellers who wrap themselves in morality and decency. I consider myself far, far luckier now, seeing real honor real honor in people for the first time in over a year on a personal level, feeling proud to call myself connected as real rituals and real magical spells beat a drum within my world. Real tangible witchcraft is spoken and enacted again by candlelight with spirits watching and ancestors echoing. Together we are rising. We discard the shells of the past, strip away the veneer, and embrace the rawness, the emotional depth. And we shake free our chains as we move into a new witch's year and celebrate who we are becoming, evolving into, never seeking to play pretend or paint a hollow image over our skins, for the gods see all and reveal truth in twilight. Together, we are rising. All my love to everybody who stood by me. May we adventure to far better places than we've ever been before, and may we find ourselves truer and more ourselves than ever. I wrote this because this is how I feel, and it kind of summed it up. And I'm gonna kind of go on to a few of the points here and go into a little more depth about what I mean and thanking people for certain elements. So one thing I mentioned here is firstly, the support, the messages, everything has changed my life. And I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. The finances that you guys donated were enough to get me out of that place and to set up. And I'm putting them to the legal reason that you gave me that funds. The charity funds are, and the law is quite clear in England that you have to spend it on what it was intended for. And it's not a cheap business moving home, especially when you run your own business, because people want more rent than they would normally. And in terms of their security, they want a longer deposit than you would normally have to pay, and so on and so forth. But because of you guys, because of you people who helped me, I was able to do that and be secure and have a home. And honestly, this feels like a real home. The location that I'm in is 1,000 times better. Oh, I can't even begin to describe to you the weight that was lifted off my chest living somewhere that's not surrounded by drug dealers and criminals and violent assholes. So being afraid to go out your own front door like I used to be, and having the police around all the time and the neighbors screaming at every hour of the night. I can actually sleep at regular hours because I don't have neighbors screaming and carrying on at 3-4 in the morning, and I don't have people in the flat doing stupid hours just to be assholes. I can get sleep, and it's the strangest thing, but being able to just sleep and have a regular healthy pattern is just a huge blessing, and the area is beautiful. The area is just gorgeous. I can go on walks again by myself or with others because I'm surrounded by people, witches as well. There's a pagan community, and I can connect to people who care and love their craft and are doing rituals, not just because there's a camera on, and are doing magic. Since I've been here, I've been to a couple of red tents. I've never been to that. Now, red tent is for sisterhood only, but it's not just women that have been connecting with in friendship terms, because that's a whole other subject. But I suppose we'll mention it because I guess people are going to want to know. Like, some people have come to me and been like, I really want you to focus on yourself, your healing. I don't want you to jump into another relationship or anything like that. I don't want you to like go off with the first person that comes along because it's easy. I don't want you to do that. And I'm like, don't worry about it. That's not who I am at core. When I say I feel things, I feel them. When I say things mattered to me, they did. And I'm going to take the way that I feel is best and authentic and heal myself from the things that were done to me, the lies that were told, feeling like I'm not enough, being told I'm not enough, and all the lies that were surrounding me, and picking that apart. I've had conversations with a great many men and women who also suffered. I had conversations with women who had suffered as a direct result of me having that relationship. And the truths that came out shocked me. I was made an unwitting participant in videos that featured things that were sacred and special to them in their relationship, and I was made an unwitting party to mock that. And I was so horrified when I found out. My skin still crawls right now. And so I had conversations with people and apologized for that, because that's horrifying. And if I had known that, I wouldn't have been there longer than a few weeks, because that sort of behavior is ugh. But the point of that is that it's allowed me to listen to the messages of women who are being hurt and other women who are being lied about, because I'm not by any means the only woman being lied about. I'm not the only woman being dragged through the mud and trying to humiliate. So to all of the women that have come together, and all of the guys that have been hurt as well by the situation around it, thank you for coming to me with your holy truths, for having a sit down conversation and being like, I'm going to tell you my truth now, because there was so much going on that I didn't know about the full depth of it, but I do now. And thank all of the gods that I am free, because that's how I feel. I am free. Now, I spent from the full moon until Samhain, in pure ritual. And I haven't shared what that ritual is about, but a lot of it is purging and cleansing and healing. And it was a kind of release, and there's been a lot of that. And I just wanted to thank everybody who has also not only just checked on me and everything, but the people who offered a lot of spell work. A lot of people came to me and said, I want to do a spell to help you out. A lot of people. And I want to thank you for that. The people who held ritual for me and magic for me, the Asatru community who came and spoke to me, and thank you to you guys, and to as well the people who I'm in business with. So I just wanted to express my appreciation for my continued relationship with Become a Living God, for which I am grateful for, as well as their support, which means a great deal to me. And may we continue on to work together and produce real, honest to goodness goddess and God content from somebody who believes in magic and believes in the spiritual path and believes in the community and making it a better place for everybody. Also, thank you to EA for his self-love group. He invited me to the Self-Love November group, which he's kind of running through, and that has been a real nice addition to the healing ritual process that I'm going through right now. I'm not posting every single day, but I'm doing everything every single day and then kind of like catching up. So there is that. And also thank you to Edgar Cavall, who published me in the Sabbatica. So that's a little bit of work-related stuff that I'm still grateful for, and I want to update you guys. So coming together, connecting is definitely something that has been kind of like the primary, how would you call it? The primary energy lesson maybe that has come through as a result of everything that's been going on as of late. It's actually kind of blown me away a little bit how wonderful the community has been, and like I said, all the messages of support and everything are truly appreciated. Spells, support, Asatru, business, community. Okay, so I really did want to just thank the community again for their continued support. There's been thousands of people, and it's been wonderful. And kind of what has been for me right now, I mean, other than it's taking me a little while to set up in a new place, set up the business, catch up with orders, focus on work and things like that, there's also been a great many lessons. I went into ritual in a temple yesterday, in a real physical temple. It was fantastic. And it was beautiful and cleansing. And the priestess there said some really beautiful things as she was cleansing me, and a little bit too close to home. Some of it, I was just a little bit like, oh my God. And she said, like, your primary thing right now is letting go of that which doesn't serve you, has never served you, that was beneath you. And I was kind of blown away by that. I was like, yeah, that is kind of the primary lesson right now, like not sinking to anything, not becoming less or devolving backwards or any of that stuff. Becoming more of who we want to be, becoming ourselves, not pretending to be something, not making out to be something, just sitting here in truth and honesty and rawness is a big, big lesson this year, and it has continued to be so. And for me, what I was talking about with lessons that came through because of the loss of people in the community, such as Tiptoe, a lesson had come around this phrase that came up not long after I had shared her memorial on Facebook, which was the people who have moved on from this incarnation, that you miss. Remember the things that you admire most about them, and try and hold those values within yourself. And I was thinking that's a really important lesson that came through for me. But of course, I didn't want to like add to the videos that were a deluge at the time. So I kind of internalized that and took that on board. And I was like, okay, so what are the lessons that these women, these people have taught and shown, and the best qualities of themselves? And truth and honesty is obviously one. And fierce independence is definitely something that I have learned from all of this. And not allowing anybody to take over who you are, not allowing anybody to dim you, drain you, make your shine lesser because they can't cope with competition. Like, you are nobody's understudy, you're nobody's fucking support unit. And anybody who treats you like a support unit or an understudy, like, they don't deserve a spot in your life. It's not strength, it's weakness. And I have truly learned this lesson, thoroughly learned this lesson, that people who can help you to shine and you can help them to shine, that's positive, that's beautiful, that's community. And that's definitely something that I have taken on board, and emulating as much as possible, and allowing that to sink into my skin and become a real part of me, that never again will I be allow myself in a situation which detracts and causes me to feel inadequate, or listen to lies and listen to all this shit, backstabbing bollocks. I'm never ever ever again. Like, truth, authenticity, and elevating self and others and community is something that I am taking with me from this part forward, because it's not about who serves us, it's about who connects with us, who we feed and they feed us in a symbiosis. It's not about taking over, it's not about fakeness and rudeness and humiliating people. It really isn't. And for me, the lessons that I have learned from this have left me a little bit, not even a little bit, quite a lot changed, a lot happier and a lot freer. I feel independent. I feel more myself than I felt in a very long time. I've actually almost completely lost a lot of the fears that were instilled in me. And that's been a really interesting side effect, that I realized that there was a lot of fear that had been installed in me, that if I did this, I did that. I was, afraid of these situations. And I can't even remember where this started or where the programming came from, but it was definitely there. And now it's kind of just left me. I don't mind just wandering around by myself right now. Like, I don't mind getting lost by myself right now, and that's a huge thing. I never would have done that in that awful city, probably because I would have got stabbed in that city. But it's freeing. It's incredibly freeing, and I do feel an awful lot better. Like, my health has improved like 100%, and I just want to thank everybody as well. As the camera goes fuzzy, thanks, camera. This may be the internet. Get my camera. There we go. I just want to thank everybody also, because not only have you helped me to make my health 100% better, but actually Daisy Floof's health is 100% better, because we can both, like Lord of the Rings says, breathe the free air again, my friend. and not being around poison all the time, she's 100% healthier and happier, and she runs about and has fun and plays, and she's a lot more snuggly and comfortable and loved. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for that, because she was the one thing I wanted to protect above all. And I love my little floof so much. And I think when you make a commitment to children or animals, you make that commitment to life. Otherwise, you're a douchebag. And she will be with me for life, and she will never be abandoned. She will never be put aside. She will never be left behind, because me and her are going to stick together. We're a sisterhood of floofs of two. And I'm becoming a crazy cat lady. I really am. It's quite sad. I keep taking pictures. I mean, like, look, everyone, look at my cat. Look at the things that she did today. Today she got in the sock drawer and threw all the socks out. It was hilarious. And some people have seen. But basically, you guys have met. That has meant that I was able to basically save her, because I found out she was getting sicker and sicker and sicker because of cigarette smoke. And because we both got out of that environment, because, by the way, cigarette smoke damages the women in my family more than most people will be damaged. Like, there's a genetic predisposition in my family to be made very, very sick by cigarette smoke, and the inconsideration of it was meaning that I was like waking up in the night throwing up black phlegm. So God only knows how badly it was affecting her, poor little mite. And she's in a much healthier space now, and she has a lot more space to run around and be free. And she's doing really, really well. And that is in huge part thanks to you guys that helped me to make that a reality. So there's that. We're doing a lot better health wise. I've actually lost a dress size already, not being in this stressful environment anymore. So there's that. It's interesting because my body was hanging on to a lot of things because I was so upset and stressed and angry, and I knew I was, when you know that you're being lied to about just about everything, if you've ever been in that situation, and your body just kind of hangs on to all of these things. I don't know if you guys can tell from this, but this is my natural hair right now, and it's a lot healthier as well. And just removed out of that stressful situation, my body, my hair, everything is a lot better. Like, less than a month on, and my body's already feeling a lot better. We were also doing quite a bit more walking as well. We get to go walking on woods. I have to walk quite a bit further to the post office, which is good in some ways. It might not be so good in the middle of winter, but we'll find out. It's quite a bit further away, so it's a good walk. And also, me and the lady I live with are talking about maybe in some point in the future looking at some of the surrounding peaks and going hiking together, because I never got to do that really, which is something that I wanted to do, and I had that taken away from me and made into a whole drama. And so I was like, can I reclaim that if she was up for it? And she is. So we're going to look at doing that in the future too, which is really great. And honestly, the future feels a lot brighter now. I'm surrounded by people who care, and that's online and offline. So I have people I can talk to, people I can do ritual with, people I can do magic with. I can go out and meet people in the community locally that are doing this stuff. And I have met some people, and that's really cool. And other than that, though, the focus really is what I think decent human beings would do in this situation, which is healing, allowing yourself to ground, allowing yourself to purify, dealing with like the feelings that come out of it, and focusing on self and healing the self. I'm not going to be using anybody else and jumping into some bed with someone else just to use them to make me feel better about myself. I'm never going to do that. It's beneath me, and I would rather focus on me, focus on my work, focus on healing up some of the damage that has been done, because damage has been done. Although I've got to say that my primary reaction to everything is freedom. Like, I feel free. I feel relieved every single day. Like, I had people go, don't you miss it? And I'm like, no, I don't miss that situation. I don't miss that person. I don't miss any of it. I really don't. I thought I would on some levels, but I just don't. I had to release a part of myself that was sad still, and I did that yesterday in a big way. And I realized that I was releasing the person I was when I believed all the same things which are being regurgitated to someone else. And basically, I believed and I hoped and I allowed myself to believe that. And as that part of myself felt betrayed and lied to over and over and over again, that part of myself became really damaged and really hurt and really angry. So there was a big releasing ceremony at the temple for me yesterday. And I've been going to rivers and things a lot lately too, and there's been a releasing thing with regards to water and rivers and things of that nature. And so I just allowed that part of myself to flow outward, and begin the healing process, really. So I think that's everything I kind of wanted to cover. I will say the lessons of sisterhood is kind of like the final wrap up. Guys have been really great standing by me too. Like, men have been amazing too, and men have shared stories where they've been lied to and cheated out of money and stuff too. So I feel for you guys as well. But the lessons of sisterhood that kind of came about have been really potent and really powerful, because it's kind of been women that have stood around me and been like, we're going to show you that this is how women behave. There might be a certain ways which, little girls behave when they haven't learned anything, and they're cackling and trying to humiliate and trying to threaten and all that, and not even owning up to the fact that they're trying to threaten, from a place of insecurity and all that nonsense. But women who are secure in themselves, who don't need to be made whole by anyone else, who don't need to be propelled to anything by anyone else, who stand by each other and lift each other up, because we are a support system, we're a community. You guys have taught me a whole lot, and there's been some very strong organic lessons in this too, and people coming to me with messages from the Morrigan. You've all kind of echoed each other. It's kind of been creepy, guys. You're kind of creeping me out with this with all of the same message from people who don't know each other. It's been crazy, but I do appreciate that, and I've had some pretty visceral dreams about what she's up to. That will be interesting to watch unfold. That was some of the most visceral dreams I've ever had. I woke up like, oh my God. I was like, you're not mad at me, are you? And she's like, don't be ridiculous. So it's been really eye-opening. And together we stand. Together we are rising. And I just want to thank you guys, all of you, for your support, your help, your spell work, everything. It's been amazing. So to round up, to sum up, I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm not going to be made homeless. No one can make me homeless anymore. I'm in a much, much better place, a healthier place, a place which is true, a place which is magical. I've been led here by the community, by the gods. They mean something, they're real, and they have guided me here. And I'm grateful to them and to you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you around. Again, Facebook is a better place for really, because again, videos are kind of like last on the list of things for me to do right now. It's not that they're not important, it's just that everything else is taking priority right now. I think like healing and being true to self is primary, and making sure the store catches up, and clients are loved and cared for and taken care of in terms of products and things is of primary importance. And then we're going to continue the good work together. You, me, the community. You, me, the community. And get healthier and happier and thrive. Because nobody gets to silence us. Nobody gets to degrade us. Nobody gets to tear us down. And you guys showed me that. And so we're going to embody that together. Many blessings, everybody. See you next time.